Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the defense. Hello. Sorry, we're a little bit scattered. We're jumping into Monkey Freedom Fighters versus Power Rangers. This is game number 2 because it was delayed a little bit earlier. So because of that, we had some last-minute changes and everything else. But we are going to be jumping into the game, as our draft is already pretty heavily underway. We've got Monkey Freedom Fighters with a Gyrocopter Winter Wyvern and a Gyrocopter Winter Wyvern and Storm Spirit. And Tusk, Shadow Fiend, and Phantom Lancer now for Power Rangers.
10 seconds remaining.
There we go. Go a little bit in-game sound here. Queen of Pain, Ember Spirits, Broodmother, and Dazzle all being banned away in the second set of bans.
Darkseer.
All right. Anyway, Durka's going to be joining me in a second here. Oh, hey. My TV screen just came back on for no reason. I did like a clap. All right. I think we blew a fuse. All right. Cool. Nice. Our screens are back. Woo! Darkseer, now going to be pickup for Power Rangers. This is kind of a little bit greedy. A little bit greedy. The fact that they're running SF, Darkseer, and SF, SF, Phantom Lancer, and Darkseer all mean a lot of fun. I'm a little bit scattered right now. I'm sorry, guys. We're rushing around studios everywhere. Like Toby goes from Studio 2, finishing up ESL to now cover for WCA. I bounce from WCA here to cast the defense. Durka's coming in just a couple minutes here, so I will have a co-caster for this next series, and yeah. Oh my God, Monkey Freedom Fighters! If they could get a better name, because they don't really work with my overlay. If they could just do that for me, that would be fantastic. Be fantastic.
5 seconds remaining.
Anyway.
Reserve time.
Let's say an Earth Shaker now for Monkey Freedom Fighters. Later on, we will have the rest of the regularly planned defense games. So that'll include Young's versus New Team is actually playing on D2CL right now. We also have D2CL going on. So yeah, go check that out. Monkey Freedom Fighters do have another match today versus 4ASC.
Radiant team pick.
Let's see. I'm actually looking up how these teams are doing. Monkey Freedom Fighters are 2-3 right now, sitting in 3rd position in their group. But 4ASC is currently sitting on a nice clean 2-0, so things are looking okay there. And it looks like crashed on me. So what a time to be alive. Technology issues. Anyway. But yeah, we'll come back once the actual game is here. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a minute. Oh God, it's warm. Hello. Oh.
We're okay.
Yeah.
When did this fucking game?
I don't know. Apparently Dennis didn't tell anybody about it, so I just kind of like showed up.
5 seconds
Chat messaged me saying, oh, by the way, game one.
Yeah, I don't know. God damn it, Dennis. All right, let's see.
Let me shake your hand.
All right, we're back, everybody, and Durka's here as well. Hello, Durka.
Hi.
Oh, jeez, you're a little loud.
Oh, really?
No, you just...
Hello.
You're just very loud in my ears for some reason. All right. Welcome to the game, Durka. It's Monkey Freedom Fighters. Welcome back, everyone, to the game. Sorry, we had a slight technical issue. I couldn't actually move over to our other overlays. So we've got Power Rangers versus Monkey Freedom Fighters, Tusk SF, Darkseer, Lion, and a Phantom Lancer for PR. Monkey Freedom Fighters rocking the Winter Wyvern, a Gyrocopter, Phoenix, Earthshaker, and a Storm Spirit. Still a little bit more early game and team fight focused on Monkey Freedom Fighters, but Power Rangers do have a lot of late game potential. All three of their cores going to late game pretty strong. And then they've even got Lion and Tusk, who I say would be quite valuable in the late game as well. Switch keyboards here. Looks like both teams are just going to be giving up a bounty rune apiece. There's going to be maybe a slight clash here at the bottom lane, but I doubt Monkey Freedom Fighters are really going to go for the contest.
It's kind of interesting seeing Phoenix picked up here again, actually. Like, sure, they've got Winter's Curse, call down a bunch of stuff to actually enable that supernova to, you know, land and hatch again.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Gorgon and Nahaz were actually having a conversation like 30 minutes ago on Twitter saying that Phoenix has a ridiculously low win rate. He's like 3-15 or something this patch. Like, it is awful.
Yeah. He's not a great hero right now. I'll back that up. In my experience, Phoenix is not a game winner.
I mean, it's fun to play in lane because you just drop the enemy's farm with fire spirits. You can trade hits with the supports 1v1. But after laning phase, I think item build is one of the things that lets Phoenix down because he doesn't necessarily scale very well with items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is kind of limited. You pick up maybe the Hand of Midas, go for like Shivas, but there really isn't some sort of like early to mid game item that does a lot for him, right?
Yeah.
He goes for the Hand of Midas, but then you're like, where do I go from here? Probably Shivas 99% of the time, but that's not really, I mean, it's valuable. Yes, it is 100%. It's quite valuable, but it's not like, it's first of all, it's not an item that you can pick up early enough for it to be effective around that, 30-minute marker. And it's also not, there's not a whole lot of transition after that point. Like, everything else is just kind of luxury.
Yeah, because you look at a lot of the other offlaners, they offer initiation, then you improve the initiation with like blinks and force staffs, or utility with solar critical and all of that stuff. Oh, Sing Sing.
That was... Yep. Yeah, J4, he choosing to go for the dive actually took him that 10%, and then the right click still followed him. So diving actually killed him in a way. Of course, if he dived a lot sooner and that auto attack never came out, then he would have been fine. But just not respecting that bottom lane enough, and Beaver Knight Sing Sing does go down to J4's right clicks.
You take a look at the Darkseer up here. He's got a mango, and I guess he's got some stuff maybe on the courier.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know. Actually, he just hasn't gotten enough.
I guess he started off with a ton of regen, burnt turret,
Yeah.
Gyrocopter plus Wyvern is pretty annoying to deal with.
And now Cheshire Cat may actually die with a block off of Yapsor. Tick, tick, tick. One
There,
more.
He's got it.
He's got it. Is enough? Oh, 93 damage. Enough for the kill. So a secondary kill, this time picked up by Monkey Freedom Fighters as the Yapsor makes his proper rotation in to get the kill. Meanwhile, what's happening in this middle lane? We've got SF versus Storm Spirit. So far, it's going all right for the SF. He's 11-3, and then once you get to level 5, you're obviously really going to take over the laning phase.
Yeah, it's a relatively even lane. I think the only thing that sort of swings the balance towards Shadowfiend is that he's Radiant side. So medium camp is accessible, which he's farming, well, he will be farming soon. It's being stacked up. Large camp as well by that Tusk. But Arise at mid, the Storm Spirit obviously has that really great long-range initiation from Ball Lightning once he hits 6. So we'll definitely look for him TPing around, zipping with maybe a Lucky Rune, a DD, a regen, something along those lines.
Earthshaker probably coming in to help out with the gank as well. But there's a similar story here with the Tusk, as he's probably going to be trying to put some pressure on the middle lane when he can. If he gets the proper block off, you can probably get all 3 raises out from the SF, which would be a kill on the Storm Spirit. But again, that's only pre-level 6. Mad.
What are these sentries for on Darkseer? He just placed one down.
He's looking for a laning phase ward, but he's gonna zip himself away here. Once again, the harassment coming out. They're just trying to keep the Darkseer. It seems like there's been a lot more attention. I think offlaners had been getting a little bit of a free pass in many of these official matches, and I see teams kind of redoubling their efforts and shutting down the offlaner a lot more. I just watched Spirit Breaker. Oh, what a rune there. Yapsor actually picks up an Invis rune and is body blocking up the SF enough. If he could stay in front of him, that would have been a huge kill, but unfortunately doesn't happen, and the SF does loop himself around for that middle lane.
Oh, there was actually a lane ward up there. Dire ward had, well, they had a Dire Observer ward close to their large camp, so I guess he tangoed through it.
Okay. Yeah, must have picked it up before I noticed.
I wonder if Monkey Freedom Fighters will go and contest stacks here. Because they have a decent way of doing it with the Earthshaker Storm, but Shadow Fiend, like the Tusk has been lurking. You never know where this Tusk is. He's just stacking, hiding, always in the fog. He hasn't been to any side lanes yet, has he? He's just literally been babysitting that Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, stacking up mid and kind of babysitting the SF. We do have some stacks for the Storm Spirit to take care of. As I'm presuming it's going to go to the Storm Spirit. Gyrocopter is plenty of safe lane farm as it is. So Arise will have some opportunities both with this medium camp and hard camp to get some extra farm. Sing Sing, Hag Stuff is going to be taking a lance, and he's going to be forced into... he may die here as he does not have dive. He came forward without the dive, and Lion knew that. And they immediately get yet another kill on this Phoenix.
This Lion has a lot of gold.
Yeah, he certainly does. He could actually, I mean, he could go Arcane Boots if he really wanted, but it's not necessary for Lion. And 99% of the time you go Tranquils. So maybe he goes all in for like a Blink Dagger with this amount of farm? It seems weird to hold on to this much gold.
I think he's considering it, but I'm pretty sure he'll go for, Tranquils, buy some Observer Wards, maybe a Cloak or something, and go for Glimmercape first, because that's such a valuable item here. Against Gyro, Winter Wyvern, Storm. If you do get an early Glimmer, Blink Dagger, you get that jump initiation onto someone like the Phoenix or the Storm Spirit. It depends how they want to play. Aggressive options are there. But Glimmercape, if they put the Shadow Fiend with a mech forward onto a tower, they could just save him every time.
Top tower is
Yeah, it's a little awkward that that small camp is actually going to leave... Oh, never mind. The range creep will go into deny range, so he clears through the whole entire wave as well as the easy camp. Arise, he's got a haste rune, so he's got that sort of not only ball lightning, but as well as the... Oh, he realized he just picked up a lot of experience, so he knows that the SF just farmed that camp. They're going to go for a kill on him. All of a sudden, surprise! SF in some trouble, locked in between a rock and a hard place, quite literally, as that Fishers block him out, but with the TP in from J4's Lion, Arise is going to be forced back, but doesn't really have to blow through a whole lot of mana to do so. Oh, Snowball here. They're actually going to go for the Gyrocopter. An interesting play, and it's going to pay out almost. Golden Brace, ticking, ticking, ticking. Oh, they get him. But it's going to be a double kill here. Storm Spirit will collect one, and the Winter Wyvern gets the other. So that Golden Brace, though, just came in at the perfect last second. Kept the Gyrocopter alive long enough that they do get a kill on both the Darkseer and the Tusk. I don't think it's worth it for Power Rangers, but... they're also not going to be too sad. They kind of shut down the Gyrocopter, which is pretty important. Beaver Knight, dive away!
Illusion chasing!
Yeah, that is actually going to be so bad for him.
Let's go back to Fountain, and then TP back. And Phoenix is one of these heroes that, we talk about off-laners and them not dying is a great thing. They get the passive gold, they can build up into these utility items faster. Phoenix, I feel it's even more important for him to not die, because you want to hit level 6, you want to get to a level 11 as quickly as you possibly can. And then your primary item, whether it be, an urn, a Midas, whatever it is, he's just picked up Tranquils 8 minutes in, so he is very far behind his natural progression. I mean, what do you think he actually goes for here? Standard items, or could you see him revert back to, like, the old build where we used to see Phoenix mech?
I think the mana cost is still too much for the Phoenix to handle.
Okay.
So they don't have a mech carrier, so it would be nice, but I think he's still going to go for the Hanamitis. It's one of the, like, at this point in time, it's the catch-up Hanamitis, But we'll see. As time goes on, maybe he just never is able to hold on to enough gold to get the expensive recipe. That's always the hardest part as a Phoenix. He does have his level 6 coming in soon. That can change a lot for the Phoenix, the kill power that Supernova offers. And they're really trying to rotate in on this SF. Multiple heroes coming in, but...
What level is Big Num, out of interest? Because he literally has not left middle lane.
Yeah, he's level 5.
Well, he did go up top once, I guess.
Yeah, he got the gyrocopter kill, and he's also been sharing the experience of some of these stacks with the SF, so...
Oh, he's done well for himself.
Soul Ring for Yapzor. He'll start spamming out the bottom lane while the Phoenix is taking over middle to try and get the level 6. You have the Earthshaker now taking over the bottom lane with the Soul Ring, just trying to pick up the occasional CS and some of the experience. But eventually this tier 1 tower will go down. 3-man smoke up Power Rangers. Going to be quite lucky they're not running into Mad and having that smoke popped. If they can get in range, the snowball will ensure a kill on Paris. Load them all up, and all of a sudden Paris is surrounded by 3 heroes, 2 of which have Ion Shell. And they quickly burn through him. The Storm Spirit's going to come in. Arise really trying to get someone here, but a good surge. Cheshire Cat's now going to be the target. Arise gunning for him. They will be able to get it thanks to the Fishers. So a trade-off at the very least, but they forced a lot of rotations. And again, Paris is shut down. He's being kept from some of those early stat items.
They're doing such a great job at drawing attention away from the SF, but especially the Phantom Lancer. Dichira, his net worth is skyrocketing. Sure, Shadowfiend can farm stacks and he can build himself up that way and create a gap between him and the Storm, but PL looks like he's going for the pretty standard Aquila bracer into drums or the bo2 travel build. I don't know if he finishes off the drums now. He saved up a ton, right? 2,000 nearly collected.
Yeah, boots and
BOTs.
Yeah, all this free space, he could just go for the greedier farming builds. Like, not even having to complete the drums first. It shows how little pressure he's feeling, Same kind of goes with our SF. He's actually 5,100 net worth. And we'll be going for the fast mech. Has treads, Ring of Aquila, so pretty standard build there. There was a chance that you would see the mech on the Darkseer in this game, but it seems like our Darkseer just isn't getting enough farm, and they did dedicate the stacks. Like, sometimes you also see Darkseer go very early on to clear through some early stacks, and they save, and then they stack it up again for the SF, but they didn't even give Cheshire Cat that much, so he just doesn't get enough farm to get the mech early enough for the Power Rangers team, so I like the choice.
It's kind of interesting, though, because Shadowfiend mech, you can't go into the Greaves, whereas the Darkseer likes to go Arcane's mech, and then Glimmercape Greaves, Blink Dagger in between somewhere as well. So it does create this kind of loop where Shadowfiend later on will sell the mech, and then they won't have one at like 45 minutes in or something like that.
And then Darkseer will have to build into it.
Yeah.
Just so you can have the Guardian Greaves. Yeah, and then combine the fact that they're... At first I liked it, but now that you talk about that, and then combine the fact that they have like a very clear late game, they want to play more of a passive game. The mech will obviously make sure you minimize your losses when team fights are forced on you, but for the most part, you're looking to stay away from these fights. I think his own survivability could have played just as well with, a straight-up Sage or something, build into the SNY. Cheshire Cat somehow realizes that he was about to be dove on that. Maybe for this ward right here, yeah. Sing Sing being seen cutting from behind makes the Darkseer realize that he's very likely to be dove.
And the Storm Spirit coming in as well.
Yeah, he's full 5-man top, but no one's there. And in the meantime, Power Rangers are going to take this tier 2 tower if Monkey Freedom Fighters don't hurry up.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is
CRSF does have the mech complete, level 11.
fortified.
Darkseer's just spamming out ion shells. This tower isn't even dropping fast.
Tower is under attack.
Like, I was kind of, like, I was being a little bit over-exaggerating, but they really can take this bottom tier 2 tower before the tier 1 tower top lane dies.
Yeah, the build-out from Sokshka, that Gyro build with the phase boots, it's usually seen as a little more greedy. Obviously, the phase are great at chasing down the Darkseer. When he is surged up, you do get that little boost of movement speed as well. But he's realized that he needs to fight a little bit earlier on. So he's skipping out the Helm of the Dominator and going straight into things like probably a BKB here. You know, it could be the Sanjanyasha from Gyro, but BKB against Vacuum, Snowball, everything like that. It's going to be vital for his survival.
Ultimate use, they do take that tier 1 tower, but that tier 2 tower did drop pretty low at the bottom lane. Also, we missed out entirely on the SF taking the middle tier 1 plus the kill in the start. And that's thanks in part to Tusk being level 6 and has Walrus Punch, plus J4 is rocking the straight Blink Dagger.
Oh, I did go for it, the Blink Rush. They didn't even use Finger there, though. So Rise must have been a little bit too ballsy, looking for the Tower Deny or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they've got so much control between those two supports. They both have a stun each. Storm Seared, I think, once he gets caught by one, he's just done for. And Monkey Freedom Fighters, I mean, they were 5-manning earlier, but with this Blink Dagger online, I think you have to 5-man with a Storm Spirit. You know, he can't afford to be the, you know, solo split pusher or finding pickoffs on anybody. That's just not going to be an opportunity.
I don't even know if he can go into the enemy jungle either, because this Phantom Lancer, another 2,000 gold saved up, and now he's TPing around. Back to base to regen up.
Yeah, he'll actually complete the drums now. And does he start building into the diffusal? I would presume so. There's very few people that go for the Asha build nowadays.
Yeah, there we go. Rubber the Magi.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go for the Yasha, usually it comes sort of before the Boots of Travel, just to give you that extra farming speed, then you jump into it, then you go Diffusal Blade. And I kind of missed the old Quelling Blade Morbid Mask build, you know? That was a lot of fun. Just people go to the jungle, they farm for the first 15 minutes, go Diffusal Blade, then they fight. Non-stop fighting. Also, you know, it doesn't give you a massive amount of help in the Roche Pit, but it definitely does give you a little boost if you want to head yourself in there.
Yeah, it's still not a great Roshan hero no matter what you build into, but it does help, you're right.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The tier 1 tower. Monkey Freedom Fighters just always kind of sitting behind the Sharkcopter while he pushes down towers, but Power Rangers don't really care. We talked about it earlier. Avoid team fights. There's no need to really go into them. Ditchira actually shows his face, but we'll TP up to the top lane to help give this top lane push a helping hand.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess Monkey Freedom Fighters at this point, they kind of want to bait the 5v5 with Winter's Curse. They've got all their ultis up.
Fortified.
Oh, they're going to catch Matt immediately with the Winter's Curse gone. That's going to be bad, but they still get a really great Supernova. The quick kill on the Winter Wyvern is still there, but this is still disastrous here as two people are easily going to go down. Looks like our SF has been caught at the same time. Ditchira, can he actually get away from this one? Doppelganger up in a second. Chomi and the rest are coming in from the side as well. They managed to get a vacuum raised, and there goes the gyro. And Ditchira does successfully get out, and now Beaver Knight is stuck in an awkward position where he's going to have to try and dive away, but the right clicks are just too much for him to handle, and what a great fight. I thought for a second that superb Supernova from Sing Sing was going to be able to turn the fight in Monkey Freedom Fighters' favor despite the early kill on the Winter Wyvern, but just not enough heroes caught in it.
No Kurtz, no Echo Slam. The Supernova plus cooldown just not enough there from Monkey Freedom Fighters, and Power Rangers that just had to sustain. Shadowfiend got caught, but had the mech to keep himself alive, and what did they lose? 2 supports?
Yeah, not a big deal.
All 3 of their cores stayed alive. And that was the kind of thing that the Monkey Freedom Fighters wanted. They wanted to fight 5v5, they wanted to use all their ultimates, and get themselves that swing in momentum. Get themselves in a position where the Storm can freely farm a lane. Put the Phoenix out, you know, far up somewhere, and get himself up to level 11 as quickly as he possibly can, but the mobility and this dynamic of the Phantom Lancer being able to sort of rush people down with his passive, there's no way for Monkey Freedom Fighters to really play this back and forth team fight. Where the Gyro and the Storm Spirit with their, you know, movement speed and the Ball Lightning want to run back and forth with their damage, around the ultimates from Winter Wyvern and the Phoenix, it's just not possible.
I feel like I say this all the time from Monkey Freedom Fighters, but YapzOr picking up the relatively early Blink Dagger could be the turnaround for them. It seems like a lot comes down to many of these like support Earthshakers, the 4 positions, who are able to find farm. Many of these teams, I feel like, are almost being carried by their 4 positions. Like Solo, for example. Like, my god, I was watching Vega earlier, and I was just like, how's this Shadow Shaman who died, like, 2 times and was part of 3 kills, like 3 assists and one actual kill, had, like, boots and a Blink Dagger. Like, regular boots and a Blink Dagger by, like, 13 minutes. I was just like, what? Like, Solo, how do you do it? Didn't really matter, though. Alliance. They, spoiler.
They broodmothered.
They broodmothered. They won that series 2-0.
I saw the draft from that and I thought, yep, Alliance, this is your game. This is the time to shine.
Yeah.
But a lot of teams now are, you know, it's a cyclical thing where in Dota 1, a lot of Chinese teams were giving priority to their support and allowing them to farm jungle and stack and things like that. Then we saw the shift away from that, where offlane has got a lot of farm. Now in this kind of patch is little skirmishes, but it's all like tier 1 towers are the most important thing right now, I feel, to get your support to that big burst of gold.
Yeah, Rise is going to be picked off.
I mean, that's a big burst of gold as well.
Oh yeah, certainly. And a lot of experience, even if it is split 4 ways.
But if you look at the map right now, there's 2 tier 1 towers down for Monkey Freedom Fighters. The Winter Wyvern is pretty poor. They don't have that sudden jump from having 2/3 of a key item on the gyro or the storm to having the full item completed. Yeah. Whereas over on the Radiant side, they've taken tier 1 after tier 1. Tier 2s are being fallen like flies as well. And they've got these big core items. Like, ignore the kills to some extent, because towers and jungle, that's where you get a lot of your gold from. Yeah, the early Glimmer Cape is here for the Darkseer. I'm sure he's going to be building into a Blink next to couple himself with J4's early Blink Dagger. We also have a Glimmer Cape being built by Bignum. So double Glimmer Capes for Power Rangers, while Winter Wyvern is just dreaming about having a Glimmer. The funny thing is, Winter Wyvern farms a lot better than the Lion does. Like Splinter Blast, especially when you get a Soul Ring, you just spam it out over and over again. Every single time you go to a creep wave, you should be able to get at least 2 CS, guaranteed. Yeah. Because you get one of the melees and the range creep, guaranteed at level 4. But he's still quite a ways away. Paris, with the double damage, is going to clear through this Ancient stack quite quickly. That's going to be nice. What's he got on the courier? Is that Sanj? No, straight BKB. Okay. I mean, I thought it was going to be Assange too. I felt he needed it, but looking at the gold, I thought maybe he'd gone for the Assange first. But he's found himself a decent amount of cash, actually. But it's got to be BKB against, you know, Snowball, Vacuum, the Lions, Disables, Requiem's pretty annoying as well. The Phantom Lance is the big one, though, because Gyro loves to spam Rocket Barrage and get his cooldown out there. If he gets chased down by Ditchura, he gets ripped apart. And PL, as the game progresses, becomes better and better at dealing with the Gyro. Early stages, Gyrocopter with the splash and flash farming he's got. Oh, big num. That's a free pick-off. I think he wanted to get up a Secret Shop Ward, like this one. Go sneaky, but he didn't get his Glimmer Cape off and picked off before he could get there. But yeah, Gyrocopter, the first 25 or so minutes, laning phase goes to plan. Should be able to dominate the Phantom Lantern team fights for the initial stages, but as the game gets, you know, past 30 minutes, the PL just rushes for the Gyro, basically negates all of that splash damage, jumps around with Doppelganger, and can find kills on him. Yeah, especially now that's going to be amplified by the fact that we do have this Gyrocopter going for the early BKB build, and that obviously slows down your damage, slows down the stats-based build, which means that his flat cannon shots are going to mean a lot less. Both right now and in the time to come. So, as you said, like when the Phantom Lancer starts getting tanky enough to get through those nukes, the flat cannon is the other thing that's supposed to help deal with the Phantom Lancer, but very likely there's just not going to be enough damage for Paris. So a lot of this game's going to be on the YapzOr, seeing if he can get that right kind of initiation. Same kind of goes with Mad. That grouping mechanism of the Winter's Curse coupled with the Supernova. I mean, this is an unbeatable team fight combination if they execute it correctly. They're going to go onto the SF now. Winter's Curse immediately laid out. Sing Sing doesn't actually pop the Supernova. They pop the ultimate as well, but Glimmer Cape BKB. Now Chobi's going to turn around. Just let her rip. Max out one easily. Matt's going to be able to sneak himself away. Looks like Arise is searching for the pickoff. Does manage to just get the tail end of the Lion, but Sing Sing
goes down with the ultimate still up. I'm not sure what that was, but they didn't even have Phantom Lancer in that fight.
Oh, is Sochka... Did Sochka PK be in that fight?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did you? Oh, maybe could have found one there.
Oh, wait, hold up. Arise, turn around onto the SF, but Big Num's here. He punches him up in the air, has a snowball. Snowball save him. Snowball save. Oh, do you stay out of mana? Oh, no.
Wow.
Still, though, they'll get the kill on Arise. He's out. Oh, never mind. Sorry, he's got the suicide, so.
But now he's down to like 6 charges. Yeah, 6 charges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. I do not know why the Supernova didn't come on top of that Winter's Curse. Maybe they felt they've only caught one hero, and the Supernova, if you put it behind the tier 1, is just going to get taken out anyway.
Yeah.
So, I like, in these clutch situations, the game calls have to be very clear from your captain or your leader. You know, if the Winter's Curse doesn't get the sort of required achievement in terms of lockdown in the team fight.
Yeah.
One person says go, one person says get back, and half the team does one, half the team does the other, then that's when things get really messy. But
yeah, as soon as the Supernova didn't go down, and then they still Echo Slam with the Glimmer Cape on the SF, I mean, they brought him down to half HP, and then he was just like, all right, your stuns are done. I'm going to go ahead and pop my BKB and just kill everyone.
This is super risky.
Yeah, but maybe it's the risk they kind of have to take, you know?
Shadowfiend's dead. And they've got Yapsor up on the high ground, but no medallion. This is pretty slow.
Yeah, this is going to take a while. Fortunately, Cold Embrace makes it a little bit easier when it comes to tanking up the hero.
Oh, they're all TPing in. Power Rangers.
Yeah, they know. They definitely know what's going on. Do they have a smoke or anything? They do have the Blink Dagger on Cheshire Cat, though, and that was especially around the Roshan pit, they can mean so much.
And the wall.
Yeah.
Oh boy. They've got
All right.
Supernova and Curse.
They've been revealed. Ice Shards goes out. Roshan is not nearly low enough for MFF to commit.
But if Power Rangers go in here to try and steal it, the turnaround is definitely a big potential here from the Dire.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not now. Diver's on cooldown. Sing Sing kind of had to do that, though.
Yeah, otherwise he would have been caught. And the poke from the Phantom Lancer is going to be tough to deal with, so if they just put 2 inside the pit and can take it, will be in a good position. Sing Sing starts putting himself onto the cliff, almost to be able to get on Supernova, but Arise is dead. Now they're stun up on Sing Sing as well in the background. Meanwhile, these heroes just keep on working towards it. They do have the Echo Slam ready to go with the Winter's Curse on top. Yapsor can make the initiation. There it is, 3-man Echo, and they'll be able to take out at least the SF. Snowball helps save a little bit longer, goes on a man, will be able to punch him in the air. Doppelganger back down by Ditchira. He was stuck up on the cliff, but it looks like the fight, Power Rangers, it's all on Ditchira now. He has to be able to doppelganger away from this one in a second. Will take a little bit more damage, but gets over the cliff, and there's no pursuit from MFF. But he may still be able to contest Roshan. The harassment of these illusions, as you can see, Sing Sing has to put himself up on the cliff. And Ditchira, he's just looking for a long-range lance, but he can't quite get it. Does he doppelganger and go for the lance? That would be too risky.
26-minute rune's about to spawn. Like, that could be a complete game changer if it's something big for the PL.
It's too dangerous with the Storm Spirits, so well done. MFF managed to contest Roshan and will get an Aegis for a Rise. What a huge turnaround.
That's a Veil Phoenix.
I mean, they've got a lot of magic damage. I won't say no to it. Yeah. And it really ups his armor, which is a big problem for the Phoenix. So...
But yeah, that fight, I don't feel like a Rise should have died there. When the first raise comes out from Shadowfiend, you know they have vision on you. You've got to pull Lightning away, because Lion's going to jump, and that's exactly what he did. They found the pick-off, and Storm Spirit, he still gets in there, though. Respawn just in time. The slow-ass Roshan attempt actually working out wonders for Monkey Freedom Fighters. And that's their big team fight potential, right? In a choke point, they've got their ultis, and it all synchronized really nicely. And that's Orchid halfway done.
You know, I felt like for quite some time now that Veil is actually a perfectly fine item, but it had the same kind of effect that Sange did, you know, where you wanted to be able to see what was happening, and you don't really see it with Veil. You're just like, we get 25% extra damage. That's hard to really be able to judge. It feels like you need to be able to see the effect of that a little bit better, because I don't think the item is necessarily bad. Very situational. Sand King, Phoenix,
Zeus, Earthshaker sometimes.
Maybe Earthshaker. Yeah, those kind of heroes might pick it up. I can't really think of too many other heroes that it's valuable on, but on those heroes, it's really not bad.
Veil Shadowfiend, dude. You know, you got tons of magic damage. Don't give me that laugh. Don't give me that.
I will give you that. Do you think you can...
Oh, dear. He's got Blink in 3.
He's got Surge. Yeah, he's got minor inconvenience for the Darks here.
Irritating.
Do you think you could Shadow Blade, pop an ultimate on top of somebody, and if you shift Q it up, get the Veil off before your ultimate does damage? Does, its damage?
Double damage.
Think that works?
Don't think so. Well,
They might have to be a little bit far away.
Not the instant damage, because like if you're right on top of someone, they insta die, right? As soon as the ultimate, the lines of damage escape from your hero and spread out. But if you're a little bit further away, then maybe. But then what's the point? You may as well just stand on top of them. Like if there's multiple people, then yeah, great.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All right, tier 1 tower does get taken out. No contest. J4 is going to be caught. He pops the Ghost Scepter, but that just makes him more vulnerable to the magic damage that comes out from MFF.
Is this the comeback?
It could be. I mean, the Aegis means so much on a Storm Spirit. Power Rangers are just going, okay, we kind of screwed the pooch on that one. Let's just split push.
I mean, at any stage of the game, as long as your Winter's Curse is off cooldown, you have a way of dealing with the Phantom Lancer. You do have to worry about clumping up to then fight him or take him down during that curse because of vacuum, snowball, things like that.
Yeah.
But ways of saving the PL during curse is what? Snowball. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, Veil actually, it has a reveal factor, right, on the Phantom Lancer. You can tell which one the real one is.
It only affects the real one, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if that's ever actually going to be utilized correctly, though. It's very tough to be able to make that kind of call. I think you're just doppelgangers, and poof, it's gone.
Oh, he's shining a little bit purple. Oh, he's not shining purple anymore.
Yeah.
4-4.
Maybe if it was a gigantic, like, rave-type, bright neon purple, maybe then it would be effective. Again, it's all about seeing the effect.
He gets a rainbow above his head.
Yeah.
A flashing rainbow. Or the Kappa Pride face.
And there's a very, very, very slight in the background.
Oh no, we don't need more of these noises. Like when the Shadow Fiend taunt got released, and it's like whatever it is.
Oh, that one annoys the crap out of me because I'm just like, what? What was the sound coming from?
Well, was it me and you casting, or was it me and Toby? Whoever it was, we were sat there like 15 minutes or something for the half a game.
Yeah, there's not much to say about this one.
He can escape.
Oh, the mech! Oh, the explosion doesn't actually hit him. He's not stunned up in the air. Chomi, is he getting out of here? Unbelievable. 60 HP.
You didn't believe it.
I was just like...
I'm sitting here like, he's fine.
They dropped an atomic bomb on that SF. They threw every single ultimate, disable, Echo Slam, Supernova, Winter's Curse. I mean, they just didn't throw the call down. I think that was the only ultimate they didn't use.
Shadow Fiend's a cockroach. An exoskeleton, man.
I guess so.
Surviving through the nuclear holocaust. So good.
Dichirod's now got a BKB, though. And that's going to make him real tough. With all this magic dependency on MFF. This is what Animage was warning us about. Magic dependency. I'm really hungry, dude. I'm just going to put that out there. I've had Red Bull on an empty stomach.
Oh, man. We'll cook for you. We'll make food. Don't worry.
All right. That sounds good. 4-man smoke up. Power Rangers going to make their way through the middle lane. See if they can catch something, but all of MFF are sitting pretty defensive right now.
Where's Gyro heading with his build? After the BKB, did he go back for S and Y?
No,
Oh, no, straight to MKB. Okay. So preempting Butter from and the PL. So that limits their item choices as well. So you have to kind of go Skadi SF, and then BKB Phantom Lancer. That's an interesting one.
He'll probably go Scotty as his next item as well, I would imagine.
Yeah. I kind of want more attack speed on him, but I guess padding out your stats with Skadi is always good.
Yeah. A DD for the gyrocopter. Maybe this will allow Monkey Freedom Fighters to push down the tier 2 tower and force a team fight.
Can I do it?
Yeah, I would say with no Scotty yet on the SF, there's no reason for them to try and fight.
We've yet to see a big counter initiation from the Starks here. His positioning's been a little bit off in these team fights, so he's turned up late, focusing pretty heavily on farming. You know, his net worth has definitely improved because of that, sitting at 9,000, not too far behind the rest of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
And they have lost out a little bit with that burst of power from Monkey Freedom Fighters, and now they're actually pushing up into tier 3 here.
Wow.
The Razors and Shards will clear the wave.
I mean, this is them trying to force Power Rangers back, but there's no way. Ditchura just calmly keeps on pushing in the middle lane, and the Darkseer already pushed out bottom enough that it was threatening the tier 3 towers, so...
Oh, J4 looking to cancel TP, but it's already gone. Oh, has the Roshan timer fixed itself?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Sick.
Ta-da! So, potential Roshan in 30 seconds.
Praise Gaben.
Yeah. It only took a couple weeks. What? Who said that?
Huh?
Durka, did you just say that? Did you just complain about Valve like that?
I said praise
Jesus.
Gaben. I didn't say nothing.
No, you said that it took a couple weeks for them to fix it. Unbelievable.
Mate, didn't say nothing. Shut your gabba.
is that sassy Dirk? When sassy Durka comes
Swear
out,
on my mom. Swear on my mom.
you get all Englishy on it. What is the term for that kind of slang and
It's called speaking idiot.
Okay. All right.
I think it's meant to be Cockney, but it doesn't.
Cockney,
It's not really.
Yeah, that's what people say.
It's like made up internet English.
Okay. I once had I once had Red Eye. Merlini recorded it, but he never put it anywhere. I once had Red Eye at ESL1 do the
Newcastle accent.
The Cockney type accent,
dear
but you know the whole. I'll bash your head in. You what?
You what, mate? Yeah, fam.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. All right, a 5-man push. ARCADE.Power Rangers. I mean, they just need to split push. They just need to protect the Phantom Lancer, and MFF will always be forced back to deal with them.
Next Roshan's deal breaker again, because if Power Rangers get this, you can definitely see them just throwing Phantom Lancer up on the high ground with a Shadow Fiend, maybe split pushing and having four top, 1 bot with a PL who can BOT in to try and fight when things go bad. But Monkey Freedom Fighters, they are, it's almost as though they're all in on a couple of team fights here to win them the game. They need these team fights with all of their abilities, all their big ultimates to try and wipe Power Rangers, or else they will just get split pushed.
A little bit of a late Roshan here, which does play into the favor of Power Rangers, I would say.
Oh, does PR find this? This is going to be great. If they can find a couple of pickoffs and stop the full wombo combo coming out. No.
Big Numb immediately blinks himself out.
Good spread.
You know, Roshan could be up right now. They don't necessarily know that nothing's happening, so...
I really like this, the fact that they're not all clumped together, but they're all within, like, reaching distance. They can all make up that gap and actually close in on Power Rangers. And once that net closes, PR, if they go on this ramp, they're all dead.
Arise. Trying to take out that ice shard.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
120 gold. Phantom Lancer's like, screw it.
Over here now.
Just pushing top lane. He's got boots of travel, so... But I think they really want to finish up the Scotty before they take a fight. So then they can add that really valuable stat-efficient item on both the SF and the Phantom Lancer. And that'll be tough to beat, even with an Aegis.
Did PR spoke again just now? It's like they're all grouped up. No,
they're just hanging out together.
Oh boy.
I mean, they're friends, they're boys. Boys just want to be boys, hanging out together, doing their thing. They're really going to contest Roshan. I thought they were just going to split push, but... I feel like this is the... If they just split push, it's a safer win for Power Rangers. Them contesting could end the game faster in their favor, but it could also turn things against them quite sourly. I mean, they're holding an okay gold lead and everything right now, but this game's just pushing late, which is pretty valuable for the Phantom Lancer, to be sure.
The trouble is if they split push and then they decide they want to contest Roshan, because they do have a good way of getting in there with the Darkseer vacuum and things like that. There's, what, 1 BKB on the gyrocopter? Nothing else to stop that vac wall. They could find themselves in a position where they choose to fight, and then Phantom Lancer can't TP anywhere to get into the pit. So it's either all-in split push or all-in contests, which I think is why they're sort of grouping up and not being decisive, and until now, Phantom Lancer goes up the top.
All right, MFF, this is your time. Jump to Roshan. Let's go. They're still scared. And the longer they wait, the more the Boots of Travel is going to come off cooldown, and then PL could join them for the team fight. BKB for the Storm Spirit. Okay, that's a big pickup.
Yeah.
He needed something like that.
Definitely. I mean, that's the biggest thing that Power Rangers worry about is BKBs. And with Storm getting his, it makes him so much more mobile in a team fight. You know, you can jump on the docks here, orchid him. Choosing targets is going to be very important. Oh god, Soxka, you're so far forward. You do have your team behind you. And Power Rangers still looping around, maybe trying to find that one hero in the back that's playing a little bit too aggressively in that defensive position, if that makes sense. No, if you're sitting behind someone and you step 600 range too far, forward, you're parallel with them, or you're angled ahead of them, then you can get picked off and you don't have that sort of ease of access towards them.
Well, congratulations. You have a BKB on a Storm Spirit, but Phantom Lancer now has his stat item. Scotty's ready to go on him, and they are going to try and defend this one. Big is going to be the immediate target here. The call down is coming out. He's trying to go for the Snowball Glimmer Cape, but a Winter's Curse is going to control him. Now the Supernova over the top. Chomi comes forward, but the Supernova is going to explode soon, and the call down slowed him down quite a bit. He's going to try and TP out. Will just be able to make it. BKB lasts long enough there. 2 heroes down. That was all the ultimates used by MFF. I don't really think that Power Rangers would necessarily lose a fight if they forced it right now, 3 versus 5. Just because there are all those ultimates down, but it's the safer play again, just to go for the split push.
What did I say, man? That ramp, that one ramp is like death zone for Power Rangers. I don't know why they're deciding to fight there. If they can split up and come down, multiple ramps at the same time, run into the river from 3 different angles, then they have themselves a good time. They've even got a couple of blinks, but they got themselves really, really caught out heavily there. Darkseer again, Cheshire Cat. Usually he's pretty spectacular on these initiation heroes, positioning himself well. But I'm still yet to see him sitting in a good position to jump in and counter-initiate, because that's what you need. You need your Darkseer to be hiding in the fog, ready to blink vacuum. He's always the one that's being, credit to Monkey Freedom Fighters. They're seeing him and picking him off, actually finding the catch. But it's 50-50. It's good play by Dyer, but also a little bit misplayed by the Darkseer.
Well, we're going to have a butterfly soon for Paris, and with the Aegis that they have, they can actually finish up the butterfly. They'll hit, I think, a serious power spike where they need to try and take a lane of racks with, because the butterfly is so effective against the against both of these heroes who do not have MKB. Plus, it's super effective versus Phantom Lancer in general. Really limits his illusion damage by quite a bit.
Now you see the Shadowfin picking up Demon Edge. I wonder if this is going to be... I guess it's really, really great against Phantom Lancer illusions. We do occasionally see the kind of bait out, like the bait and switch from heroes like Gyro, where they get the Talisman of Evasion, they say, hey, look, I'm going Butterfly, spending 1,800 gold on it. And then when the MKBs start, being built up and the expenditure is there, they say, nope, just kidding, I bought a Satanic, or I bought this other full big item.
Right.
But I think the fact that PL is, he finishes it completely. Like, if there's any core apart from Phantom Lancer there, I could see the bait and switch coming out.
Yeah. The MKB is going to be built by the SF. Try and right-click down the gyrocopter with a little bit more efficiency. Cheshire Cat still has the Blink Fuels and the Glimmer Cape, and it's 3k gold in the bank. But he'll probably be holding on to a lot of that for the buyback.
Buyback.
Delicious. At a pause. Good lord, it's hot in here.
I've cooled down. I basically jogged, ran into work when I found out this game was happening. I was like, oh god, I gotta get here.
Too many games, man. Too many goddamn games.
I've had a busy week. Been good. I wonder how the other game's going, WCA, because Toby gets to cast Secret.
Yeah, Secret versus Navi. Toby and Blitz are actually casting that right now.
Oh, nice.
Blitz called in from work, called in from home. He's going to cast the game, but from home.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, because he's sick.
Oh, he's got the same sickness as I did. Like I'm going to die for 20 hours and not wake up, like go into a coma.
Cheshire Cat. Oh, well, this is a little awkward. He's going to be blocked out and blown up before he can get off the Glimmer Cape. Snowball's
coming in.
Uh-oh. That wasn't the play. Does he have the blink? No? Oh, well, he does, but Rocket Barrage. And the kill. Well, 2 heroes. There's not much bigger openings for Monkey Freedom Fighters than that right there.
Again, I feel like that's a 50-50 between Darkseer and Monkey Freedom Fighters. Good positioning from the Dire to get themselves on that cliff and watch for the Ancients. But what was the Darkseer aiming for?
Yeah,
was he running through into the Dire jungle?
He just saw one, and he was like, "Oh, I'll catch that one. I'll stop the TP." But
PR's ranking top. Has he broken through tier 3? Oh, almost.
Echo Slam, but Dichira has a lot of HP thanks in part to that Scotty. He's going to pop the BKB and TP out.
TPing. Oh, they've got the Witness Curse.
Oh, yeah. So Winter's Curse gets played out. Dichira no longer has that control. Cold Embrace is there. He has a double doppelganger in a second, but Yapzor, oh, he couldn't get it, but still, he doesn't make it out of the base with that doppelganger. Yapzor might just be dying here. Cold Embrace not quite up, but Dichira is going to be controlled just enough.
Great play.
For them to be able to pick up that kill.
Great play. Set up the TPs with your Echo Slam and stuns, and Yapzor, I mean, what a player. This guy. Absolute godlike.
If he had just TP'd out immediately when he popped the BKB, I think he would have escaped.
I don't know. The Wyvern was TPing second, I think.
Oh, okay.
So if he was not,
I thought he was third for some reason.
If he was not in fog, I'm pretty sure the curse comes during the TP. So he had to find a place in the fog, then broke trees with doppelganger, and everything got super messy. Maybe if he ran, west away, he could have done it.
Yeah.
Because he's got that longer route to travel. But if you're jumping around inside the Dire base, they're always going to find you.
Gyrocopter contemplating going for this mid lane farm. And MFF. I keep expecting them to push uphill. They still haven't done it, and this Aegis is going to run out soon. I mean, it's so valuable on a Storm Spirit. I can't really believe that they're continuing to play so passive. I'm sure they're going to go for it now.
I'm over here.
Alliance were doing the same thing earlier. Teams are just playing a lot more passively. A lot more defensively.
Yeah, I noticed that from NA as well, and Clairvoyance was talking about it, saying that European teams in general, CIS teams definitely love to continue that sort of brawling style we've come to expect from this patch, where it's just fight, try and find these little advantages, and then you build on them to go and push into towers.
Right.
Now it's so much more based around systematically and meticulously taking objectives rather than trying to find small advantages. You look for bigger ones.
Oh, Paris has already taken a lot of damage from his own illusion. They'll have the Supernova go out. No one's going to try and target that one. J4 will back out in time, and that was a lot blown on both sides. I mean, the wall for the Supernova, and Power Rangers, since they have the advantage now, they're going to go for Sing Sing first, manage to get a dive away. Paris turns and fights with the Black Cannon, but thanks in part to, he actually doesn't have the MKB, so not enough damage coming out on Paris just yet. Now Chomi's going to go down with the Winter's Curse, unable to get off the ultimate. Dichira trying to get on Paris, but a Cold Embrace actually saves him. Finger of Death finishes him off. Beaver Knight does go down. Arise has to jump himself away from Dichira, but a Fisher actually controls him. Doppelganger up in a second. Echo Slam, not enough damage. Does get the kill on the line, but Dichira is still healthy, and all these heroes have no mana. Cheshire Cat's going to be the target, but Dichira looking to be able to just finish off some of these heroes, but can't. He's just a little bit too weak.
They can't force buybacks here, though. Their HP pools aren't that great. Phantom Lancer can go regen and pretty much defend tier 3 on his own. He might get some chip damage on it. It's
Heal, friend.
Yes, get into the fountain.
He's too busy watching that middle lane push.
Okay, I take this back, then they'll take tier 3.
Yeah. He just needed to heal a little bit and come back, and once he gets one Lance and Doppelganger out, he just runs it at the Storm Spirit. I think he's fine, but now they're actually going to commit to the range racks here. Dichira.
Now the Storm has regened a ton. Yapzor has managed to get himself a decent amount of mana as well.
See, that's the thing, that the illusions, what was originally supposed to happen, right? You get the illusion, you doppelganger, you run at the Storm Spirit, and he can't jump away far enough. They just always follow with Phantom Rush.
Yeah. That is worst case scenario there from Power Rangers.
Awkward. Phantom Lancer still has the top net worth, but MFF have finally kind of cracked Power Rangers open a little bit. No longer dealing with that contentious split push. Man, if they had the MKB on Chomi, though,
Paris was screwed.
Oh,
completely.
Yeah. I mean, I think there were 2 or 3 hits that were dodged, and you replace those hits with actual damage, with MKB and potential MKB procs as well. they run him down that much faster. But really great Winter's Curse from Mad once again.
Their ultis are all back up. So they can catch.
Yeah, Chomi would be a great target. They're going to jump onto him with a Scythe of Ice, and he's got to be dead. There's no response.
His MKB's not coming. He's got to buy back here now.
Now another one. Winter's Curse on a Cheshire Cat. 1 turns to 2. Eul's Scepter, but there's control from Yapzor.
No buyback on Docs here. They've got no Vac Wall for this. The
wow.
Shadowfiend can, but, you know... Oh, what? Hello?
Wow, Mad is a whole entire refresher. Good God, I wasn't even looking at his farm.
He skipped, you know... every item between Glimmer Cape and Refresher. No Blink, no Force Staff, no anything. Just straight into the big old one. And I guess if you commit to team fights, having double Winter's Curse is no bad thing.
2 minutes until Roshan's back up, but MFF certainly do not need that extra life right now. They'll go for the melee racks, maybe poke at the bottom lane.
I mean, that's 7 seconds of disable with the double Winter's Curse. On potentially 5 heroes.
Yeah. Combine the fact that Winter's Curse works so well with Earshaker.
And he has an Ags. Well, we always forget about Aghanim Scepter, but the upgrade against the illusions. Yeah, exactly.
So every illusion counts as a hero, so that means there's an echo for every single one of them.
That's ridiculous damage, honestly.
Yeah, and then combine the fact that it also echoes for every hero. Twice. So...
everyone dies.
Everyone dies. So Phantom Lancer especially.
You were saying 17 minutes in, people are relying a lot on their 4-role supports, you know, get some itemization and build things up. This is Yapzor now sitting in pretty hefty core role right now. I'd say he's, like, for the majority of the game, he's been more important than Sing Sing's Phoenix.
Yeah, I would agree. Chomi's going to be initiated on Scythe of Ice. Shiva slowed down. Supernova goes off as well. And Chomi, left with very little HP, is going to get off his ultimate. Glimmer Cape keeping him alive, fortunately. Supernova does stun up a lot here on Ditya Ra. He actually has the Heart and Scotty and is able to survive through most of this and will be able to get the kill on... oh, nice double stun from J4 as well, catching a Rise right as he jumped in. And that control being offered is going to allow them to burn through most of this mana with a Walrus Punch. They'll definitely get him. He's going to be forced into a suicide deny there. And MFF lose 3 for the Darkseer.
Did they use double curse? They did.
They did. My God.
What?
That was, I think, both times on the Phantom Lancer. All right, yeah,
well.
sure. He's probably going to die for this, but...
Lanson dead. He can't blink or Yules, or he can Yules. Oh, the Glimmer Cape.
Blink up. He's away.
Boy. Sneaky
Damn,
devil.
Yapzor.
Well, they got full lane of Rax mid, and tier 3 at bot, you know, took
you know what would be funny? If Matt actually cut down this tree, and the illusion just ran him down and he died. Just from illusions proccing. Because you could, that is actually a real scenario. If he, like, doesn't get off the Glimmer Cape in time, and he just has his mana burnt out. Alright, Roshan's up. Power Rangers, this could be their turnaround moment. They don't have a great Roshan taking team necessarily. Actually, it's okay. Tusk Ice Shards, or Tusk Sigil, and SF's right-click damage. It's just PL's not really a Roshan hero.
Over here now.
Over here now.
Look at me.
Satanic now for our gyrocopter. So... he's getting close to the full 6 slot.
He's stacked. What did Sing Sing decide to build up into?
He got the Shivas.
1,400 gold to spare. Again, the Yule Scepter, the Veil, we just don't notice it. Like, it's obviously helping them out, but not being able to see it is difficult. Are they prepping themselves to get in here? Ditcharaj is going to be spamming Doppelganger to scout Roche.
You know, it's not as good, but if it had like an Orchid effect where it saved all that damage towards the end, like, obviously it's better to have the damage instantly, but I feel like that like you being able to see like, boom, oh man, I took that much extra damage because of that Veil, you know? Walking around in the Christmas tree, Arcade Power Rangers are waiting out the Roshan attempt from MFF, while MFF are waiting out the Roshan attempt by Power Rangers. Both teams currently at a stalemate around Roshan Pit.
One of the teams needs to smoke up and run around, but I don't know which team should do it. Monkey Freedom Fighters, you know, they've got the good catch potential, but Power Rangers have decent sustain, and Darkseer still has to make his move. He's actually pushing out mid lane, just trying to keep that equilibrium as far across the river as he can.
Well, they got the initiation. Snowball goes out. He'll go on to Arise dragging him back as far as humanly possible. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, they do have the call down with the Winter's Curse. The Supernova on top. Chomi's just going to be taken out immediately in this fight. And now the quick retreat by the rest of Power Rangers. Big Num, he's going to be caught here. No escape. Orchid, Cheshire Cat actually came in, but another... Oh no, the Winter's Curse! Cheshire Cat, can he turn things around with a vacuum wall? He's actually going to be controlled up and he won't be able to get off anything. He entered twice and neither time did he throw it down. Beaver Knight, he's going to be the target here. He will go down. It looks like no, Glimmer Cape actually saves him. And Ditya Ra, I don't think there's any escape here from 5. Surrounding it, Echo Slam still being held on. They get the kill. 4 down on Power Rangers, and MFF will either turn. Yeah, they're going to actually just 5-man push bottom. They don't worry about Roshan. They're going to force out the buybacks first.
Darkseer. I mean, you've got to get your spells out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the call to reinitiate was a bad call.
Yeah, he seemed very unsure, running back and forth. And
like the Tusk ran back in, and then the Darkseer, but the Phantom Lancer wasn't there yet. And they still have other controlling abilities. They still had Echo Slam. They still had a second Winter's Curse.
Well, Lion was still hiding in the fog off to the side as well. You know, he could have got in with the vacuum and got a multi-person Earth Spike. But no buybacks here. Shadow Fiend, you know, alive in a couple of seconds' time with the Darkseer as well. But they're going to lose another lane of racks. Phantom Lancer. 45 seconds, like, buyback's inevitable, right? Or else MFF just take another lane and it's megas.
I think it was hoping they would back up and do Roshan, and he'd be able to hold on to this buyback, but he's just going to wait for the initiation. Now it goes off. Walrus Punch already. Paris is going to be comboed down here, it looks like. Is there any force staff or anything to get him out? BKB activated, but he's still going to go down. Arise does manage to get out. Oh! Winter's Curse on a Big Num surrounded by the 2 cores. He's going to go down. A vacuum wall. Catches a couple. Cheshire Cat just trying to slow the retreat of MFF as best as possible. The Tusk is going to buy back and come in as well. Ice Shards, good Fisher block. That's going to be able to save a lot of time. Orchid, and now the ultimate Supernova. That's going to go off.
Nice heals as well.
That means a big turnaround kill. Nice doppelganger to the side. Matt is immediately going to be the target. Cold Embrace is actually keeping him alive. Sing Sing dives himself away. Shiva's, they're actually going to go for the kill on Ditya Ra, but I don't know. He's just working through all these heroes so quickly. And
excellent timing.
No.
Excellent timing.
What happened? I was wondering, I was like, Orion's just kind of sitting there. He's not popping Remnant. He's not ball lightning anything.
He's not using Hex. I mean, you know which one's the real one right now. His BKB just worn off, so...
Yeah.
Ditya Ra, with the doppelganger, maybe he can jump himself away, but he's not going for kills here. How long until the cooldown of Echo Slam, actually, on Yapzor?
Huh?
He's got Echo Slam in 3 seconds.
Oh, man.
Ditya Ra screwed.
So if he doppelgangers to the right-hand side going like, okay, especially since knowing that the Storm Spirit has the Scythe of Ice, if he goes to the aggressive play, doppelgangers to the right to try and clean up those 2 heroes, he'll just be Echo Slammed.
I'm pretty sure he's dead either way.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because... well, it depends how he micros his illusions. If he gets the hit onto Yapzor with, you know, a couple of, well, 1 illusion to cancel the blink, you know, then maybe he has a chance of escaping. But the Hex, the blink, everything here, he should die a second time.
There's just no way he gets out of this chain stun. Like, he's Fisher'd stun now. Enchant Totem.
Like, the question is, does he get Doppelganger off? Because that Hex, Orchid...
I think he's stunned right now, though. Yeah, he's stunned right now. By the Fisher.
Oh boy.
I was thinking about that too. I thought he wasn't stunned, but the Fisher just went out before the pause, so yeah, he's just gonna be comboed down. SF pops his ultimate. Ditya Ra is well, without that damage negation, they're actually gonna be able to keep Ditya Ra alive. Now Rice being turned around on. He gets just over the cliff, but will be held up. SF does get the Winter Wyvern while the Storm Spirit is forced to commit suicide. Never mind.
So the Echo, the 3 seconds, it wasn't fast enough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
They should have been able to. With the Scythe of Ice, the pull, the Enchant Totem, that's more than 3 seconds stun. I think maybe the SF getting off his ultimate kind of scared them back.
Yeah. Well, they did all sort of scatter to the wind and back themselves up. Double buyback. I know Roshan's alive, and I do not want to give Power Rangers this.
Yeah. Roshan means everything right now, but in this sort of situation, they know they have Winter's Curse up. I think that's the defining factor.
Double as well.
Double Winter's Curse, there's no way you fight Roshan. So you just have to give up an Aegis and continue to play defense. So.
And cheese.
That's why Phantom Lancer Boots had traveled up to the top lane as soon as the buybacks were there.
Does Gyro have a slot for cheese, or is this going to go over to like Earthshaker? He does. So Aegis Storm?
Well, Gyro, I think, is actually going to get the Aegis. They don't want to give anything to Arise. Cheese is still there. Somebody, help.
Hey, cheese. No one wants it.
Beaver Knight will get it.
The App Store affords a full BKB. Out of freaking nowhere.
Yeah, that guy's ready to go ham.
And Phoenix, even without Midas, he's kept his net worth up pretty decently. 14,000. There's all this spread gold out from the kills that they're getting.
We just blinks over. Yeah. He's going to find Tichira here. And now Tichira is actually very likely to be caught because Stormseer zipping right in. The TP out. Not going to make it. Goodbye, Tichira.
At this point, do you just call GG now, or do you... the Phantom Panther is your hero.
There's just no way.
They run down mid-attack tier 4s.
I mean, they didn't even have to blow anything, really, for that. It looks like he used Echo Slam for it, which might have been a little unnecessary, but double Winter's Curse is still ready.
SF doesn't have a blink, does he? Just went full stats.
Yeah.
I think he has to buy a blink here. And they go for that Hail Mary play with the Vac Requiem, with Lion Stun, and they just try and combo everybody. I honestly don't see another way.
Yeah, jump right in. Show me we'll get the Glimmer Cape, but they're just going to focus on these tier 4 towers.
Especially, I guess there's Aegis and Cheese up as well, so even if they do go for that one play...
Oh, there's the combo. Winter's Curse actually going off on the side. Chomi tries to get off the ultimate, but the turnaround is happening. They get the Shiva, Supernova off. Everyone from Power Rangers is just going to die to this combination. And there it is. Monkey Freedom Fighters will even out the series and make it a 1-for-1 and keep their third place position.
Nice.
So well played. Well played, and we gotta stop the cast. It's 2023. This game went so late. We gotta go jump into our next series. So stick around, guys. Next series coming up.